Hi everyone, it's Leilani. Welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to do a quick little flip through of my first finished insert in the Heidi Swapp Storyline Chapters little album. So quickly, you actually can buy this binder, and inside the binder there are these little wires. They're very easy. You just pop it out, add your notebook, pop it back in, and then you can add multiple notebooks into it's basically like a traveler's notebook cover type thing. But I'm going to put this aside because I think it will be easier to flip through without that. But basically, I bought the scrapbooking version of her little inserts, and I have one over here that is not used. So you get three in a pack, and basically it just comes with like white textured looking paper. Now, I did take a lot of pages out of this album because if you have made a traveler's notebook or worked in one, you know that the thicker it gets and the more chunky it gets, the harder it is to work out of it. So I didn't want it to get too crazy to try to work out of. So I just probably took half the pages out. So I had a lot of fun working in this album though, and I'm not a big, huge Traveler's Notebook person, but I really wanted to try these. I was kind of intrigued. I believe the size is about a 6 by 8 or something, roughly like that, and I wanted to do a new All About Me album. So if you have not checked out my first All About Me flip through, I have a completed album on my channel already. So I would love for you to check that video out. So for this one, I believe I will make several inserts to be volume 2. And I'm thinking with the bulkiness of the inserts, I may be able to fit 3 or 4 inside that binder that I showed you. So also, just a fun fact, I believe I'm going to use one of these for my December daily and try to do that. So I will definitely have updated videos for December daily out once that month gets here. So I'm excited about that. But here we go. So for the first page, I just used these large alpha stamps and did All About Me. So I like to keep an all about me or a personal album where I basically just add in maybe like extra selfies or memes or outfit photos, currently list things that I'm into at the moment, whatever I want to talk about, but maybe things that don't make it into Project Life or things that are more just kind of like about me and just little fun things. Um, so this one's no different. And since I had not been documenting in an album like this, I had a few things kind of built up on my phone. So that's always fun, like after a couple months to just go looking on your phone. And I found like these cute memes that I had saved and stuff like that that I decided I wanted to make pages on. So, for the majority of this album, actually, I went with kind of a different vibe than I usually do. So, for this one, I did a lot of this like layering technique, and I really just had a lot of products and just together, kind of like in a kit form. And I just used that stuff mostly. So, it was a lot of stuff from Citrus Twist that I just had left over, some random papers, a lot of pieces of like ephemera packs and stuff like that that I just wasn't using up. So I just decided to throw it all into like a little kit. And I actually did, as Inky Quill would call it, some couch scrapping. So I also am very into that. And a lot of times I'll put a little card table out in my TV room and hang out with the dogs and stuff and scrapbook in there. So that's what I did for some of these. And yeah, I had a great time. So, whew, that was a lot to say, guys, but here we go. So let's dive in. Um, so here I just have a few selfies from like Halloween time with the pumpkins. And then here, like I said, these are some just like little astrology sign memes of my husband and my signs, and Will got the cute little wiener dog, so of course I had to document that. So I love just adding in these kind of just little random things into my albums. So for these, really, I just did like all the layout forms, like I was saying. So a lot of this, I just had like some true crime on. I was just hanging out and I really wasn't thinking too hard into each layout. So I will definitely tell you some things that I liked and some things that I didn't like so much while working in here. So for this page, I thought this turned out pretty cute. We celebrated our 1 year wedding anniversary in September. So this is a throwback to one of our little wedding selfies that we had. And I just printed off some song lyrics. And these are actually punched out of some mixed media paper that I did one night. And I kind of like how that turned out. And then over here, I've been printing off pictures at about a 1.5 by 2 size for my Heidi Swap memory planner. So I decided that I would kind of keep that up and just see what it looked like, kind of challenge myself to scrapbook some smaller photos. So you'll see that a lot throughout here because I was really into it. And I just decided to do kind of a white on white thing with the title, which I kind of liked. And I used this stamp. I wish I knew um, who made this stamp, and I don't want to dig over there and look for it. But if anyone's, curious, of course, I can try to figure that out for you. But it's a really fun stamp set because it's a way to kind of make it look like you did a little mixed media without actually getting messy, which I'm all for. Okay, so then here I had a few selfies whenever I first started my YouTube channel. So, of course, I wanted to document that. And I can definitely tell that this is all Citrus Twist, I'm pretty sure. And something like this, doing these big layouts, I feel is a great way to use up these big old pieces of ephemera that sometimes are difficult to use. Then here, I really like this one because it's all kind of the same color scheme, and I just did kind of more of a blocky type layout, like a grid, and I like the way that one turned out. These are some pictures that my friend Shelby took of me one day in October. Then here, of course, who would we be if we did not document our favorite foods? So this is my all-time favorite meal from my favorite restaurant called Bobin. And we got this the other day, a couple weeks ago, and I just really wanted to take a nice picture and document my favorite meal. So that was a lot of fun, and I did a lot of layering here, which I thought was fun, and did a little writing about how they're doing takeout and how we're trying to support them, of course, during the pandemic and how it's so different for everyone now, especially restaurants like this. And, those things are important to document. Then over here, I like the way this one turned out. It was just so like simple. And this was just me one morning and I was drinking out of my new dog person mug from Target. So I wanted to document that. And I found this paper, I believe it was also Citrus Twist. And it just had these like bold numbers. So I thought that that would be fun to do like a little currently list. So I just wrote little things about kind of what I was binge watching, just like some really bad true crime from the ID channel, playing out in the yard with our dogs because we got a new fence built, and just prepping for the holidays and how that's been so fun. So I really like that one a lot. Maybe my favorite out of the album. Okay, then these are very like layerdy, and this one's fine. I don't mind this one too much, and I'll hold this up so you can kind of see. These are some sneaky pictures that Will took of me with the dogs. So, these are those kind of like unflattering photos, but you want to document them because they're special moments. So this is Penny and Poppy snuggling with me at night, and those were definitely pictures when I was completely passed out, and he snapped them of me and sent them to me in the morning. So I thought that they were so cute because the dogs are all snuggling. But since they're not the absolute best and the lighting and stuff was bad, I turned them black and white and I printed them off smaller. But I'm so happy that they have a home and that they are documented in this album. So I think that's pretty special. Then over here, I will be honest, this is probably like my least favorite layout in the bunch. I just don't think it worked out that well, but it's not horrible. And, it's a memory documented, and that is really what our goal is. So I am happy that I do have it documented. And over here, I just did a little currently list, which is one of my favorite things to do. I just love that because things change so quickly, and you really will be taken back to that time when you're like, oh, I remember when I was watching that, or when I ate a bunch of baked potatoes, or whatever the situation is. So I do really love that. And although I have a one of those We Are Memory Keepers typewriters, once again, I just typed this straight from my computer with a kind of typewriter-y font and cut them right out. It's just so easy to do that. So here, I really like how these two look together. But this one, I kind of got the idea from Retro Hip Mama because she has she does a lot of stuff out of notebooks now, and she will do like still keep the 3x4 cards going. So I thought that that was a good idea. So I wanted to document that The Mandalorian, aka The Baby Yoda Show, is back on, and I have this cute little Funko Pop. So I thought that I would kind of like document both things at one time. And I really thought that this was fun. It's kind of like having them in the 3x4 pockets, but you can kind of decorate outside the pocket, which is also fun. So I enjoyed that. Then here, I thought I would play around with the stamps again, and I tried to pull out some of my large stamps, and I had fun doing this, which I don't do things like that much. So this is kind of what this was, just kind of for me to experiment and stuff like that. So I like this layout a lot, keeping it white and just adding a lot of little pops with the sprinkling of stars and enamel dots. And I was documenting, of course, the very important gummy stars that I found at Whole Foods. So these are important things in our life that we need to document, but snacks are important. So, and actually, I added, little sneaky fun fact, I added extra sprinkling because when I did this page, I used some of the Heidi Swap Color Shine, and I figured that it would bleed through, but it did. So I went back and I added a few more, and actually it was a happy accident because I like it a lot more with the sprinkling and with the Heidi Shine. So it worked out really good. So this one I also liked. Now this was the middle of the book, and since I had taken out several pages before I started, I just reinforced the middle with some washi, and I think it looks good. But I did that, just to make sure that everything was still in place. So these are a couple pictures of me and my mom from when we hung out recently, and I love this picture of my mom. She's so cute. And I really love this layout. I think it's really cute just with like random little papers, lots of little sprinkles. I like the circle. And I just did a tiny bit of journaling in the middle, and I really, really love that layout a lot. Then over here, this page was inspired by this funny meme that says, I could never be in the mob. The only gun I like is a glue gun. Is there a crafting mafia? Maybe I'll start one. Blows glitter in your eye. Never go against the family. So I thought that was funny because I can relate to that. And so I took, of course, a ridiculous photo of me. I couldn't find my glue gun, so I used a hole punch. But, that's what the fun of this book is. It's just to be creative, to be silly, and to document yourself. And right now, this is me at the moment. I'm very into my crafting and my crafty time, and that needs to be documented as well. Okay, this one was one that I am still actually very on the fence about. It's just a weird layout to me. I don't know. There's just a lot going on. But I feel like the boldness of these numbers kind of save it, and I don't know. Y'all tell me. I mean, is this ridiculous looking? I don't know. I've stared at it far too long. But what the point was that I was going to do kind of like 5 facts about me or whatever, 5 things I wanted to talk about. What I think I should have done is whenever I printed off each fact, I should have put a space in between each sentence so that it would have taken up more space. Because whenever I adhered these down, which they are very adhered down, so I really didn't want to pull them up. But whenever I adhered them down, I had so much space in between the numbers. So then I had to try to like just keep it was snowballing into adding more and more stuff so that this would be like a completed page. So I wanted to put these 2 pictures of me at the bottom, but then I kept adding more little clusters, and I printed pictures off smaller and cut them out, and I stamped this is me and stamped some little asterisks. I mean, I think that it ended up looking okay, but um, I don't know. This one I struggled with a lot. So, yeah, but things like this I think are fun to just like write 5 little things about you right now, or just 5 facts about you or something. It's just fun to have those kind of things documented. Then over here, kind of similar, I did currently loving, which I love to do. And I just used those same little white numbers and did just kind of 9 random things. And I like this one. I use those same large alphas, which I actually just bought these. They're so cute. They're these really big alphas. And I believe they're from like Kelly Bradford. Let's see. Yeah. And I got the really big, they're like the super big numbers too. So I'm going to try to use these numbers during my December daily. So we'll see how that goes. But it's fun stamping with the really, really big letters and numbers. So over here, this is just about how I got this really cool shirt in the mail. Actually, I'm wearing it, LOL. In the mail from one of my long-term Instagram friends, and I was supporting her small business. And this is the little card that she sent, and there's like a little message on the other side. So I just wanted to do like a little tip in to just save this piece of ephemera, and I thought that that was fun, just an easy layout. And these are the last two. So here I printed off smaller again, a couple pictures of me and Will from our wedding day. And we actually got married just in our home. We had a really small ceremony. And so that's what sparked what I wanted to talk about here, to just talk about our house and all the things that I love about our home and everything. So I just wanted to document that. I used a lot of Pink Fresh here. I can tell a lot of this paper is from there. And then some of this is just like in a big ephemera bag that I have. So I know this is crepe paper from a while back, from a Valentine's collection, but I love these little girls, and so I was glad that I got to use one of them. But I kind of struggled with this one too, honestly, but I think it looks okay in the end. And then here I did another one of those little 3x4 cards, and I like it. It is just documenting some vegan treats, and I thought that this one was fun. This is a easy, like I'm comfortable doing this. I get a little less comfortable doing these layouts, but I'm practicing and I'm trying, and I think that it was really fun. So I just left this one blank. And yeah, so that is my completed album. I had a lot of fun doing it, and I highly recommend doing some sort of album just straight up about you and about stuff that you're into. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little easy flip through. And I just want to take a minute to thank every single person that has subscribed to my channel. It means so very much to me. And if you haven't already, I would really, really appreciate you subscribing. I would love a like for this video, guys. I would love to get to know all of you. So please leave a comment, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Thanks. Bye.